Hello everyone, this is Janet from Mixed Media Mama. I want to come to you today because I want to show you a fantastic book haul that I got. This book haul came from it was a homeless shelter book sale. They have these every year and they get the best books ever. And all of the proceeds, all of the money from these books go back to helping our local homeless, which I am all for. So I really try to accommodate it. The first year that I went to it, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I came home with four big, huge boxes of books, and I'm still working on those books. But I have this year I was very picky on what I got, but oh man, yeah, I found so many wonderful books. It was so hard not to go down that big black rabbit hole of buying everything that I laid my hands on. But I did put some back. I wanted you to know, but I wanted to show you I couldn't even bring and put all of these in screen. I mean, they are just so huge. When I first go in, they have everything organized. It's children's, and of course, they have a huge antiques vintage. That is the first place I go to, and I just start putting things into my sack. I could not believe some of these map books. Now, lately, things have just been coming and landing in front of me in my path of creating. And if I would go out to a rummage sale or just happen to go to an estate sale, there would be every once in a while a map and old map book, and it's kind of like an old encyclopedia type of book, but these here knocked everything out of the ballpark because as you can see, this one is a Rand McNally, but this is a 19, let me look, yeah, and that was the first thing. It was in 1953. But it's the colors that drew me in. And I saw this because you could just see these are just the colors of, they don't make these colors anymore. Because and then wait. So these are the colors of all the United States. Is that a canary yellow? Isn't that just, oh, I can just see it was, I saw this, and as I was flipping through, it's like, wow, that was, that was just beautiful. Had to have it, but yeah, it was in 1953. I will definitely use those. This is another, and I don't know if you, yeah, you can see it. Sorry about the glare, but oh, and it says the world remapped. Loved this embossed. The world remapped. Isn't that just beautiful? It's a revised edition. I love these new pictorial atlas of the worlds every once in a while. And this is where I go to the rummage sales or the estate auctions. I would find one or two of these, and these are really a great resource. If you can find these in your area, really snatch these up because these are, they really had everything to do. I mean, they're going to be in rough shape, the covers. And as you can tell, I mean, they tried to really, but the pages are still in a very good, and it's thicker pages. It says featuring the 1930s census, but it was copyrighted of 1934. But these, the pages and the pictures, oh, they're just so, I mean, they have the curved edges, and they're so aged naturally, and they do have some beautiful, beautiful pictures of the United States, but they do have the maps in there. I mean, look at this. They do have the maps in there. But it was just so, a lot of the times, look at this, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the colors. I know they did not have a lot of colors like we do have now, back when they were printing these back in the 1930s. And I'm so glad that they didn't, because now I so appreciate, look at that blue. I don't know if that blue is coming through. It's kind of a tealish blue. Oh, it is just so pretty. Even the ocean. I mean, it's just so neat. And that is one of the reasons why I buy the older maps, because when I'm making ephemera, a lot of the times I go for the colors, or I just need something really like a background, and it may need to have a little yellow or a little blue, and this is where I go to my maps, because I know I have them. And especially in the previous book with that canary yellow, I'm definitely going to be using a lot of those. And I may send things out to some Happy Mail to some people too. But also at the end here, you always have your index. And I like to take, especially on the larger maps, I like to take these out and dye them really dark, or if I rust them. So they never really go to waste, but they do have a great aged patina look here. That is just a beautiful, beautiful look. So that is the pictorial. Okay, I've got a theme in Rand McNally here, I guess. This is, I believe, I can't even get it in frame here, but a 1928, I want to say. Yes, a 1928. They just printed things differently. Love their font, but it is the maps that draw me in. Look at that color. Let me just see if I can get that. Look at that yellow. That is just stunning. And I think you did see that there was some green. Oh, that is so pretty. So, and of course, if you're really lucky, you'll have some extra tidbits. Didn't even know this one was here. Huh. Oh, wow. Look at this. Wow. Copyright 1934. Wow. Isn't that just such... Now, those are extra gifts when you buy stuff like that. That is why I save until this one sale, because this book was not the only book that I had extra gifts in. So this last map book is an Encyclopedia Britannica World Atlas, and I believe this is in the 50s. I'm not even going to try to get it in frame for the whole thing because it's huge. 1952 was the last copy, right? But there again, it's the aged on the around and the colors of the pictures. Of course, these are the worlds, but once you get into the, of course, this is the whole world, not just the U.S. Look at that. Look at those, purple. 1950, in the early 50s, they had purple. And, I mean, it's just so, so beautiful. And, of course, in the very back. And this had some water damage, and that is just perfect for me, because I will definitely use them. You can either, cut these out or use them as whole. I definitely will be rusting a lot of these pages. These pages, and here's another thing, ladies and gents, is that you might feel the paper. You will know and test the paper if it folds over easy without ripping, if you can have it and without ripping. You will just know if the paper is a good quality paper. most of the time when they have old encyclopedias like this, or maps or things like that, you can kind of quickly test it and see if it is a good quality or not. Oh yeah, look at that. That is just so pretty. So I was very, very thankful that I found all of those. And those last two maps were not in the vintage places. They were in a different area in this one sale. But it's just a really cool sale, and they make a lot of money to help the homeless in our area. So I am definitely check them out. Check them out. Okay, the rest of them are definitely vintage. I'm just going to try to go a little by little here. This first one, I went back and I put it down. I picked it up. I put it down. First, I looked at it and I went, oh, that's really a cute cover. But then I went, no, not necessarily. I don't think so. And it was actually a school book, 1902. And of course, it's Rand McNally. But look at those. Aren't they? I mean, the colors. Look at the font of that. It's just so pretty. But as I was looking through this whole book, I couldn't believe, but I found let's see if I can find it. I found a letter. Just stuffed. And this handwriting, I have no idea. In fact, I think it was in the section of German books. So I don't know but oh my gosh. Look at that. That is just beautiful. I'd have to take a magnifying glass to find, it's just, these are extra gifts. When you find something like this, it's just such an extra gift. So I'm definitely going to scan that, use it. Oh, and this one I definitely caught my eye, and it's because of the cover. Look at that. That is definitely going to be a beautiful cover on a book. But the nice thing about this one, it also has beautiful pictures on the inside. The pages are really, it has a very rougher texture. But plates like that, there's many of those in the whole book. And that is another reason why I bought it, is because of those the expressions on their faces. Yeah. And it has probably, I'd say there's the cover. Yep, there's the cover. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? I just think that is, that is why I buy older books, because you cannot find things like this. And here's another one. I thought the book cover was really cute. It's okay condition. I may have to do some some repair on it. I don't mind the ends here, but I thought it was really cute. The inside papers are just adorable. And if I remember right, let my tongue get caught up to me. It says the person who wrote it. I mean, and look at the penmanship of that. 1880. Isn't that just? And the illustrations of this. Oh. Yes, it is copyrighted 1880. My Hodgepodge picture book. Isn't that so precious? And the pages are in really fairly good condition. They're definitely older. I'd have to back them. But look at that font. And, that's just it's just neat. neat. Very much you can use that for ephemera. Of course, this is a book of birds, but I got it specifically for the cover. And it's a National Geographic. But man, that is such a raised, you can really see there now. It is such a raised, embossed, oh my goodness. It is definitely falling apart. It's in the 20s. Yeah, 27 was the last time. And they have beautiful pictures. The plates are just gorgeous. Colors are just dramatic, but very subtle. I love that. And another thing I like it is that pictures are on one side and not both sides. So I don't have to make a decision on which picture I can like. Oh, I mean, it's just beautiful. So that is one of the reasons. Those colors, the pictures, and the covers are usually the things why I get. I am thrilled. I'm going to put the rest of them aside. I was thrilled to find these two books for one reason only. I made a ugly bug book and it didn't even get out onto the counter of the place where I sell, and it was bought up. And it takes a lot of, sorry about the glare, it takes a lot of research to find the bugs, because I don't want gaudy bugs. I don't want a scary bugs. I want some really cool bugs, but yet they're just not normal bugs. And I was really thrilled when I found these Peterson Field Guide series of beetles and insects, because they have the white and black. And I thought that was just, of the stags, of the scarab beetles. I was thrilled. Yes, they still do have some pictures, colored pictures in there. I may use them, but it was definitely, oh, look at those colors. Look at those colors. I know a friend of mine, she paints ugly bugs, and it's just stunning. But anyway, this is the reason why I got both of those, because I knew, and there is a lot of bugs and insects on here. It's just different. It still has a lot of the beetles, but it goes into butterflies, fireflies, things like that. But I was thrilled for that. Thrilled. Okay, my last pile. I told you this is not 4 boxes, so I came home with one big bag, but I was really happy with it. In the vintage area, or the antiques, there were a lot of German. I'm thinking, if this is not German, then sorry for the shadows. This is not German, then please leave me a comment below and let me know what this is, what language this is, because it's 1882. And I love it's very fragile paper. It's a little tiny book, but it's very fragile paper. And I'm going to put this right here to see if that helps. Yeah, it does. But I had to have it because it was falling apart, because look, it's when it comes out and you can actually see, and I definitely will use that. But I would love to know more. The cover is in really rough shape. So there was a lot of German books there. And here is Connectives of English Speech. I'm looking for it doesn't really say. Oh, 1925. So it's in the early 20s. But I love little books like this. I love them. I snatch them up. And it doesn't matter to me if they are English, whatever type of language. It didn't matter to me. I'm going to put that down here. Another is that this was really interesting. Someone must have made a trip over to Japan or somewhere in the whole region of Japan, because this little book, and this is in the 1900s, 1953. And they have maps in this little book. Also talks about the transportation, different types of transportations. And, here was a little map that was ripped out. But in the whole book of this whole book, and it talks about the flower arrangement, the tea, fishing, wrestling and rowing, tennis. I mean, it just talks about so many things. Each area of Japan, and of course here is maps that folds out to that, and I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce that because my pronunciation is really, really bad, especially with my speech impediment. So you're just going to have to look at it. I mean, look at those maps. I mean, what a great idea to put a little tiny map like that into a book. And so anyway, that's going to be really good because I am planning to make an Asian themed, and I do not know my culture, so please forgive me for those who watch my videos. I apologize way ahead of time. There is no disrespect, but I just love everything that is Oriental, Asian, the fonts, the looks, the colors, even the speech. I just love it. I just think it is just beautiful, beautiful. So please forgive me. I do not mean no offense at all, but oh wow, it is just. So anyway, my new journals. This will just go right on into. I mean, look at that. Look at that color. It'll just somehow get right into that. So I was thrilled when I came across this little book of The Official Guide to Japan. Look at that. Someone used that quite well. Learned a lot. Okay, these next ones are, wow, I could not believe I got 4 diaries. These two are different than this one is a different one, and this one's a different, but I've never seen, and I used to keep a diary when I was a little girl. I kept diaries all the time, and I think I threw them all away now that I say them because all moving. But a 5-year diary, I've never seen a 5-year diary, and they might have had them back when I was a little girl, but this one is not quite. It started out just once in a while, and it kind of even got worse. Let me see if I can even. Once in a while, it would start out like here. They would write down, but it was just the 1 year, and this was 1952. So, but I love these little pages because you can take them apart and use them. So that was really good. And this is about the same way. Look at that nice little embossed. And I will reuse some of these. I may have to, just do some repair on them. But I think this one is about the same. They did it in 48 and 42. 42, 43. Every once in a while, this one has the writing of a young child. It is my birthday. I got Kings, and I got a Barbie doll case. I thought that was really, really interesting. And then, of course, it's by an older school person because they talk about going to school, and it was just so interesting. So very interesting. So I got another one. However, these two, 1943 and 1945, there again, excuse me, it's actually every day. This set was definitely by the same person. I wish I could have had 1944, but in one of these, I have skimmed through both of these, and it was just really, really neat because I had seen where they went to school, how they got there, the whole routine of their family. Um, it was a girl, and I never did find out the name of the girl, but it was a girl, and in there was she wrote about the death of her mother. It was so endearing. So I may just have these on the shelf for a while. I'm not. Oh, it was just. I love reading the books that I get, and that one's really a special one to me. And of course, the last one is a German reader, and this was definitely in 1904 German reader, and it talks about how to read German. You know, the High German, the Low German, the Indo-European German, what the P became, you know, all of that. And then it just goes right into speaking German. And I love the fonts. I just love how they look. I just think it is a beautiful language. Beautiful print. So that was great finds for me. All of this, obviously, you can tell that it was definitely outside of these two and my little writing paper. I can take that apart, dye it, and use the paper. And then, of course, all of the maps, all of the bird books, everything, the picture books, it's just, I absolutely loved it. So, wanted to share this with you. I will let you know the how-tos, the create with me's of how I can incorporate, especially those maps that I bought. It is just really, it's going to be a fun time for me. So wanted to let you know exactly all the books. Really don't need any more, but you know what? We just do what we do, and I will find some room for all of these books. So thank you. Like my channel, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. My channel has increased the volume. I so appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It just really touches my heart. So like and subscribe to me, and I will definitely see you here or on my Instagram or on Facebook. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.